All right, folks, so today is field trip day, and we are going to the Surrey Museum to see the Queen's exhibit to solve it mathematically for the glory of the Trinity. It's going to be awesome. So here we are, folks, at the Surrey Museum, which divides by 3 perfectly to the glory of the Triune God. This is located in Cloverdale, British Columbia, Canada, which 3-part address divides by 3 perfectly, just like Cloverdale, BC, Canada. So everything is by divine ordinance. All this world is God's stage, and He has ordained the numbers to point to Himself mathematically. So we are here to see the free Queen's exhibit, and we're going to harvest the life of the Queen for the glory of the Trinity. So here's the most obvious gem I want to point out to you right off the bat. She was originally called, growing up, Lilibet, which adds to Jehovah perfectly, by divine ordinance to the glory of the Trinity. 27th perfect cube of 3, all these letters divide by 3, by divine ordinance. She was also born in a year that divides by 3. And of course, the most important thing is her full birth name adds perfectly to 15 times 15, which is king for the number 3. That is the most important thing of all, and that is why she is the Queen. She was also born on the 21st, which divides by 3. So this is the pleasure that you're involved in. It's a great treasure hunt. And amazingly, her first visit to Canada, of which I am living in right now, was exactly 33 days for the number 3. The more you look, the more you see. And of course, Canada's 24888. Now this is one of my favorite gems that I want to point out. The Queen's official horse is called Burmese, and Elizabeth plus Burmese by divine ordinance divides by 3. And she rides this horse everywhere she goes, whenever she's leading the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And you can read all about it here, but the main thing is, the horse's name is Burmese, and the Queen's name is Elizabeth. Well, by divine ordinance, Elizabeth plus Burmese divides by 3 perfectly. In fact, it boils down to a triple of triple H, to the glory of Jesus equals 8. So here's a famous statue of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. Remember, Queen Elizabeth II, every time you speak that, divides by 3. And there she is, Elizabeth plus Burmese. So there you go. Here it is again. I mean, it's the most obvious gem in the life of the Queen. Elizabeth plus Burmese adds perfectly to 171, a triple of the triple eighth prime, triple of triple eighths to the glory of Jesus equals 888. So there it is. In the name of love. That's why the horse's name is Burmese, and that's why her name is Elizabeth, and that's why God is sovereign, and this story belongs to Him. Oh look, it's a stamp. Stamp divides by 3. And of course, there's quite a few of them. Stamp, 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 333. In fact, it's just occurred to me that stamp equals Jehovah, equals Lilibet, her pet name growing up. And here she is with young pictures of herself. Stamp equals Jehovah, equals checkmate. That's a real big one. Stamp, stamp, stamp equals Jehovah. Every stamp collector on earth. Stamps, there are stamps that are worth multi-millions of dollars. Amazing, eh? Well, stamp equals Jehovah. How do you like that? I mean, this whole section, and now her 60th, of course. Diamond equals, the word diamond equals 60. Add up the letters of diamond, it equals 60 perfectly, it equals word. And by divine ordinance, we celebrate the 60th anniversary as diamond. So that's a huge gem, and then they commemorate this with stamps, because stamps commemorate the story of God. Stamp equals Jehovah, every time you say it. So here's an envelope with a stamp. And why is she on the stamp? Because her full birth name is 15 times 15 for the glory of the Trinity. Oh look, here she is again. Canada equals 24888. Oh look, here she is on every stamp. Gee, maybe you should name your children mathematically for the glory of God. What is this the Queen is holding in her hand? Oh, it's a puck. Puck divides by 3 perfectly. Paralleling the word word. Every center letter divides by 3, the book ends it together to make the perfect cube of 3. Done. This is one of my favorite of all. This is a very big gem. The Great Seal of Canada, no less. You can read about it for yourself right there. But this is huge. This is basically what gets stamped on every single document to make it official by the hand of Her Majesty. And by divine ordinance, you can add up all this text and it divides by 3 perfectly. This is a real cool one because the English and the French knit together to divide by 3. So Queen of Canada in English on the right, and then Reine du Canada in French on the left, and then Elizabeth II. Okay, you can solve all that. You can do Elizabeth plus the 2 I's. That adds to 90, divides by 3. Or when you say it, Elizabeth II. Okay. Anyways, enough said. But add the French together, add the English together with the French. It all divides by 3. This is what is printed on every single document, and that's why we solve it.